friends. My name is Joe.
My name is Jalen.
And we're a podcast about geek culture.
We talk about everything nerdy that interests us, and maybe even some stuff that interests you.
So, let's get into it. Today's topics are Smite.
We're going to talk about Avatar's return to Netflix and households everywhere across America.
Divinity 2. Been getting into that pretty hardcore.
Good game. And then some manga/anime we're reading and watching right now.
So if you feel inclined to give us a like, leave an opinion on current anime that you're watching or current manga that you're excited for. I know that Fire Force season 2 just got its new trailer out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm not fucking around.
What? Okay.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be dope. We're gonna see the
trailer,
Evangelist. Oh my god, dude. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So, first topic of the day is Smite. We've been playing a shit ton of Smite.
Much Smite. It's so good.
It's actually a really fun game. We used to think it was dog shit because we were League fanatics, but I mean, Smite is actually pretty good once you get into the groove of everything.
Smite's good until you start playing with randoms.
Yeah.
It's just tragic.
Yeah, because, I mean, to be honest, randoms in that game versus leagues, they're more likely to or intentionally feed, just due to the fact that a lot of times where we play, we're pretty good at Smite now because we've been playing leagues for so long to where we get queued up with higher level players. But at the same time, we get queued up a lot of the time with lower level players because some of our friends play on lower level accounts, things like that.
Low
but
MMR on their account. They can't really help it, so we end up getting new players or like new randoms that don't actually know what MOBA is or how to lane properly and when to grab CS and when to run away and when to rotate. It's a little bit hard because most people don't carry ward because it is
it's not something that comes up easily in mindset.
So most people don't carry ward because it's a consumable and you have to go in and go through the menu and grab it. People don't really know what it does at low elos or low MMR, and so we end up having no vision in jungle. Jungle's just able to walk around and pick on the newer people. It's a little bit harder to win. Yeah, I mean, the game's not about winning, I guess. It's about having fun with friends and shit. But you play 6 or 7 games in a row with someone who just, runs it down. You get a little bit fucking frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I don't like playing without having full team, or at least, team of 3. I could deal with 2 randoms. We could shove them onto their own separate lanes, and if they feed, they feed. Because I'd still pick up the slack. On my end, Jalen picks up his slack. We got our friend, well, you met Bryce. We got Bryce who picks up the slack in the jungle, or we got our friend Johnny who picks up the slack on the solo lane, or even support.
I'm solo. He's support, yeah.
Oh, he's playing support now? I thought.
He does support. I do solo.
Oh, y'all switch lanes? Oh, okay. Yeah, shit, that's new to me. Or if I'm running support, then, I normally end up playing fucking carry, because I picked nothing but broken fucking champions on accident.
People with AoEs that dot fucking cheese, man. I can't hit them fast enough before they die from Fafnir poison. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Or fucking if I play Chalk.
Oh, man, Chalk is stupid because you can pretty much play him anywhere.
Yeah, he's
actually nanner.
He's very versatile, and I like
take
that.
him in the jungle, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, his CS is ridiculous.
You'll probably get out jungled by an actual jungler, but I mean, they can't kill you though.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, and just so you guys know, Smite is a game about gods fighting each other. So if you want to get into this, it's cross-platform. We play with all of our friends. I play on Xbox. Jalen plays on Xbox. We have 2 friends that play on PC. 2 friends that play on PS4. We got one that, I mean, I have Smite on all my consoles just in case my internet goes to shit and I don't want to fucking play on that. Play on that fucking console because it's having errors or some shit like that. So I swap. Honestly, I enjoy Smite a lot. There are a lot of problems with Smite. Power scaling to be one.
balancing is kind of an issue.
Yeah, balancing is a big issue because I mean, honestly, there are a lot of champions where if you know how to play them, sure, you can wreck somebody's day all day, but at the same time, those champions are counted as fucking lower tiers. So you really putting the work in. But if you pick up a champion like Scylla,
Bellona
is
Aphrodite.
Unkillable. Aphrodite, unkillable. It's ridiculous when you get down to the nitty gritty of how the characters work.
Bellona's not unkillable. I just always play mages up top, and Bellona is a heavy bruiser.
Yeah, she
I can't get in and fight the bitch because I'm straight range. All my cooldowns are too long. As her damage output is incredible. Her mitigation is ridiculous. So I'm doing no damage while she's slapping me harder than I've been slapped in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean you have a lot of champions like Kula Khan, who is a top laner as well, or solo laner, who literally, if you've ever played League of Legends, he's Gnar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Hulk, angry, fucking turns into big hulking mass of fucking muscle and just wrecks every lane he comes through. And he's fun to play. I play him, but that's because I'm an asshole. Or Kokolin, or however the fuck you say his name. But there are a lot of really good aspects to Smite. One good aspect is nobody typing at you half the fucking time to talk shit.
Yeah, actually.
My favorite thing in the world.
It's really hard to type in that game, so like nobody does it. And
exactly.
You know what? It's the best goddamn thing I've ever fucking experienced.
Yeah, it's really fucking nice. I do recommend playing on console rather than PC, but we have a friend that plays on PC and he enjoys it on PC better. Honestly, it's really up to you on your preference.
You'll probably get better frame rate. And the only thing that's hard about PC is the control scheme and pinging. Pinging is a bit harder on PC just because the layout of the buttons are so far apart from each other that you can't ping and then also like re-engage.
Yeah.
So if you're mid-ping and you get jumped on, you're basically a couple seconds out of damage, and you might not out damage them or you might not out sustain them.
Yeah, and the thing is that when you're playing with friends, you learn your lanes, you learn what to do, but there's always the opportunity to switch up lanes. And if you're getting shit on, at least you can have that communication. We all join up on Discord, and we just fucking run through lanes sometimes, but sometimes we get ran down harsh. But
sometimes, we generally have an Aphrodite on the team, and she's busted, just busted.
Yeah.
She has a heal over time that also is a dot for enemies, so she hits you with the heal, and then she dots the enemies. Then you go in and do massive burst damage.
Yeah.
She keeps you alive. She has an invulnerability as her not passive, but ultimate. And then so she just hooks onto somebody, gives them mitigation, attack speed, movement speed. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
and don't go into the game thinking you're gonna be hot shit when you're coming from leagues, because you're not. Because our friend Bryce is platinum to diamond to where the fuck he is in leagues half the fucking time. The guy lands a pentakill at least once a day.
Every other game or something like that.
And he plays one of the fucking most nerfed champions. He plays Akali, and he still runs that shit. But at the same time, he went to Smite and got dicked. Like, he lost 15 games before he finally figured out Nemesis. Now he's landing like 30 and 6 each game. So don't go into Smite thinking, oh, I got league knowledge, I got this. No, the game works completely different. It works really, really weird, which I don't hate, but at the same time, you have to have a very open mind when jumping into a game like this, especially when you're switching from leagues to Smite and you're just trying to figure out the matchups.
The games are not the same.
Yeah.
I can say that time and time again, but switching between them, you will feel like they're the same. They will pretty much be skinned the same, but they're not. Jungle has a different role in Smite than it does in League. In Smite, jungle doesn't take every camp, and not every camp is specifically assigned to the jungler. The outside bordering camps are usually for the lanes. Talking Void, Mana, Big Harpy, and maybe speed camp if you're losing your lane too hard. But you kind of like, you have to have this balance of, do I let my jungler take this part of the jungle, or do I take it right now to get ahead of my lane partner?
And one thing is you can't stack buffs on top of each other.
You can't get 2 buffs. You can have 1 buff at a time, so you're not walking around with void and attack damage, which would just be fucking dumb.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of things to Smite that work better than League, but there's also a lot of things that where League is better than Smite. To be completely honest, League is the superior game, but at the same time, Smite is a lot of fun for when you're playing with friends, when you're playing with the homies, and you're just sitting there chilling. You're walking through lanes. Because I mean, to be completely honest, we play a lot of people that are just hopping into MOBAs when we already know how to fucking play, and we just walk through lanes, and it's fun. And we shit on people. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, there was a game where I went fucking 26 and fucking 4, and I felt like a real god at that point. And there's a lot of cool skins too, where League has great skins, but I mean, you only really see the top part of it. You can see the full thing on Smite, which is really interesting, which is really cool. There's a lot of cool different things that Smite does versus what League does, and it makes it feel more rewarding. And honestly, I feel like Smite is better in a lot of ways, but you know, with that being said, but like I was saying, moving on to a little bit more different things about Smite, where let's just talk about the lanes real quick, trying to get that out of the way, because laning was confusing to start with.
It's very confusing to just kind of like hop in, like your first game, you know, you get solo, right?
Yeah.
And everyone knows, okay, if you're coming from League to Smite, it's gonna be a bit confusing because the lanes swap depending on what side of the map you spawn on. So if you're coming from the dark side, the chaos side, your lane's gonna be on the left, and you can tell by the camps that are on your side, right? So Void is a purple camp, and it will spawn on the lane that you want to take your duo down, your ADC and your support, and then you have mana buff, which you want to take your solo down. Mid, of course, just runs in the middle, and jungle, of course, runs between the 2 jungle sections, killing camps and securing kills for your team. But you'll probably, so in solo, you'll probably see more tanky to bruiser type characters, talking like Achilles, Bellona, you might see solo. King Arthur, you'll see solo sometimes. And with mid, you'll probably see more mages, and of course, your duo, you'll see a lot of hunters and a lot of guardians. Sometimes you can take weird comps down bot, like you can take a Cabrakan, Aphrodite, which is absolutely nanners, sustain that no one can fuck with ever. Cabrakan does a lot of damage and takes a little bit less, less than normal. So, you know, you can do weird comps in this game, but not advisable if you're just starting.
Cable.
Yeah.
Sorry. But no, I mean, with laning is very, very structure based in any MOBA. But the big thing is that if you're gonna be playing Smite, here's the few rules that you need to remember. If you're playing carry, just pick a marksman, pick anyone, and just stick with that one for at least 2 games. Two game minimum. If you don't get them within that 2 games, swap to a different marksman. Or if you don't like carry, don't fucking play carry.
I would say take it into a training match, just so you can understand your.
That's what I did with Zonquay.
Your combo rotation.
Yeah,
that's a big part of engages and things like that. You can't just spam your abilities out and poke do all this and then try to engage because you will be out of mana and you will also have been poked. So you have to pick precise moments to engage and attack and do your full rotation.
To be completely honest, in this game, when you're playing duo lane, you're really playing duo lane. It's not carry and support; it's duo. So when you both are working together to work this lane out. You both are working to be either simultaneous carry or working, if you're playing support, working to pick up for the carry so that way you can do that big damage and try and fucking either A, secure that kill for the carry, or B, keep the carry fucking alive while you do a shit ton of burst. And, I mean, to be completely honest, when moving into this... Cable, come on, dude. Chill out. Sorry, guys. When going into the way that the Smite champs work and everything, there's a lot of... With this game, there's a lot of characters with a lot of CC. I would say... Ow. What the hell was that? Sorry about that. Stop. I would say just take in consideration the strength of each character, what they really do. Like I play supports that do a lot of burst damage, so that way early game my carry can get quick kills. I do have a problem though where I end up securing the kill on accident because I do a lot of burst damage. I only play tanks up top just because tanks up top for me speaks better. I normally win. We normally win the game if I play a tank up top. I don't like playing tanks as a support.
Top in Smite doesn't matter as much as top in other modes.
Yeah. Solo
lane doesn't have too much contribution to the
people.
Too much contribution to the match. It's basically what you want to do if you get solo is just not fucking feed. That's it. Don't lose too much CS to them. That's it. You are fucking CS management squad. That's all you're doing. You're trying to make sure that their top doesn't get ridiculously fed, doesn't get too much CC or CS, and you want to outgold them. There's a totem in the middle of solo that you want to make sure you take for your team because it gives buffs for your tower,
speed and attack
buffs for your allied heroes. It's just it's not very focused. Solo isn't focused on securing kills. Right, it's more about objective farming.
Yeah, and it really is about objective farming and just making sure that the other tank stays in check. Because the thing is that I play two different characters. I normally play warriors. I do take tanks up top. I take non-conventional tanks up top though. So I take characters like Sylvanas, he's a support. Like straight up, he's a support. But when I take him up top, he is tank and tank only.
It's tank sustain, so it's really good for top.
It really is. But if anything, I play Chalk or I play King Arthur, where both have... Well, King Arthur's a combo champ, so he has 8 different moves. 8 different moves that you have to keep track of. Short cooldowns, a really good passive ability, and really it's really about managing how you work your cooldowns and how you keep your stats.
And when you pop ult and when not too.
Yeah. And I also play Chalk, which Chalk is just a brain dead champ where I just throw axe, teleport to axe, call rainstorm down, like storm, ult, get 50% bonus damage mitigation. I had level 1 for my ult. And and I just tower dive, kill, walk out, go on with my day.
That's one thing about Smite that I cannot stand. The fact that everyone can tower dive and it's just not a problem. Just not a problem. Yeah. Unless you're ADC, then you're gonna get fucking just blown the fuck up.
Depending on how your support ADC, builds. Because to be honest, I could build better items for my supports. I've been working with a few things on my phone to make sure that I have some separate builds that I'm going to do. I'm going to test some new things out later today probably. But no, I definitely think that duo lane and top lane are really crucial, but the most crucial lane in the game is mid lane.
Yeah, most crucial is mid lane and jungle,
which is really where your mage is.
Yeah.
Mid lane, you won't see you'll see a mage go carry, or you'll see him go solo.
Yeah, you can. There are some mage solos.
Anubis.
They're high sustain. They either have a lifesteal passive or a heal, a built-in heal ability. You generally wouldn't take. Other champs up there just because they won't sustain for long enough and they won't be able to put in enough damage against these tanky people, and they'll lose CS farm because the other player will just be able to focus minions and not really have to worry about them, because if they step out of line, one or two abilities and they're pretty much half health. So you wouldn't take most mages up top. Like you would take Poseidon up top just because he does bananas damage.
Yeah.
You would take Zeus up top because he also does this ridiculous damage. I mean, those three brothers, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon, those are some of the strongest mages in the fucking game.
Poseidon, Ares isn't a mage, he's a guardian.
I'd say Ares, I said Hades.
Oh, Hades, yes.
Poseidon,
I'm sorry.
Zeus, and Hades.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I misunderstood. Yeah, Hades is definitely the most busted out of all of them,
Nuts.
with silence, fears, and stuns.
Fear, confusion.
With a pull too.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a problem that comes down to how you play the characters, or how your team really works around them. Because to be completely honest, in Smite you can't see who the enemy team is picking, so you can't build around that. There's no draft mode really unless you play ranked. Which even in ranked you can't see who the enemy team is picking. So you can see who they ban though. But at the same time, it becomes a very substantial problem.
It's very much adapting to the situation. If you don't understand the items, you don't understand how to adapt to how they build, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Sorry. Even if you build the recommended build, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Because you're not adapting to their build. You're not adapting to them adapting to the most popular build for your character or most mages.
Yeah, and I mean, to be completely honest, certain mages are pretty astounding in the game, where there's a lot of burst damage and things like that. I personally like to play the latest mage, Baba Yaga. She's really, really fun for me because she works in a random way and she's very unpredictable, but she does a lot of damage. The problem is that she doesn't have really great escape, and her house is really fucking annoying and it body blocks everybody. But in another instance, where if you learn how to play that character properly like I do, you can get around everything. You can get around a lot of shit. I survive a lot of early game, late game, even fucking mid game, where it's just, that's where the team fighting starts. And you don't start, in this game, you don't start team fighting until 10 minutes in. Okay? 10 minutes in is when you start team fighting.
Or if you have a giant lead at 5 minutes. If your team has 6 kills at 5 minutes, which I've seen it, shit's disgusting. If you have 5 kills in 6 minutes, you're probably going to end that game at 15 minutes because you group together and you just shit on everybody else on the opposite team because they don't have enough kills, they don't have enough money. Whoever has all the kills on your team is probably close to half build, something like that. It's nuts. It's nuts.
You can pop off really quick too in Smite, which is really nice. I just, to be completely honest, we just fucking love this game recently. It's become our latest obsession where we play at least once a day. I do enjoy a lot of the aspects of Smite, like I keep saying, but the biggest thing is that the game is about adaptability. Every champ in the game is just about broken as the next one. You know, you have champions like fucking Persephone, which is the CC queen. You got fucking Alpuck, who literally can burst you down out of nowhere, early game to late game, and it gets worse and worse and worse. But if you know how to play your team properly, if you know how to separate the enemy team, if you know how to dilute the team composition itself, you can get early game win. Like within 15 minutes, you can already be at their Titan, which is the nexus for this game, and you can have game at what, like 15 probably. And so
the other team is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, and to be honest, I've played games where I didn't die until the enemy team surrendered, and you can surrender at literally 5 minutes in at any point if your team's doing that dog shit. And it's fair. It's a very fair game, but it's a hard game to work around with.
The thing that makes it hard is the community.
Yeah, the community
is just so, like...
Because you have to remember that this is a game that is free, and it's on all platforms. So, if you're playing on crossplay, chances are that you're getting some dumbass kid that's playing on his Switch that he just got for his birthday or Christmas, and his parents gave him fucking Legend of Zelda, and he saw Smite, he's like, oh, this looks cool. He wants to play that. You don't have to have a Nintendo account, PlayStation Live account, Xbox Live account, or anything like that to play Smite. So you could just jump in, and you could fucking ruin everybody else's game. And that becomes a problem after a little bit. But I mean, that's the problem with free to play games.
I mean, but it's not just those kids. The kids who just don't know what they're doing. There's people who know what they're doing. They know that they're getting in a game, and they didn't get the role they wanted, so they're just going to go the role they wanted it anyway.
Oh yeah, that shit pisses me off.
They're gonna fuck up the whole team comp. You're not gonna have a jungler now or whatever. You don't have a jungler, you don't have a top or solo or whatever. So you end up doing duo mid or something like that, duo top, and you're just getting absolutely annihilated because their mid or solo is just going to soak up the farm by themselves, get solo XP, take the camp, do all this, and you're the two in that lane who have to share the XP, they're going to be behind the whole game.
Yeah.
The entire game. And it's just going to fuck it for the whole team because you have two people behind now. Not just one, two people behind. You also get players who just intentionally feed. They just feel like I don't know. They get in the game and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to run this home.
They died minute 1 and then they get pissed. Yeah. And honestly, that's when the game gets to be annoying and not fun, but that's how it is with any MOBA, honestly. The thing is, though, is that in Smite, it becomes a real problem when your own teammate can push you out of your lane. In League, nobody can do that. You pick the lane, you pick the character, you play the lane. That's it. In Smite, nah. Nope.
Nah, it's just a different mindset between two games. Like, people get into League games and they want to actually play. Like, yeah, they didn't get the role they wanted, but, they can suck it up and play a champ. Sure, you may get games where people will just fucking play the character they wanted because they just bought him or something and they want to play him in any lane. It's like the new Volibear update. My friend Johnny was playing, and somebody on his team didn't get, I forgot where Volibear runs. I think it was jungle or something.
He plays top lane in jungle.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get jungle with Volibear, but he didn't. So he just ran Volibear support, and that's not a thing you can do anymore. You could add tank or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he just ran it down all game. It still happens in League, but in Smite, it's an unprecedented number of matches where you can just get a random that really wanted mid, and you have 4 people on your team, and they take mid from him, and he gets upset. Totally throws the whole game. Which, I mean, it doesn't take away from the total fun of the game. You're still having fun playing the game, but makes it hard to enjoy it to its maximum potential, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that's really how most MOBAs feel like. I haven't played most of any Dota, if any. I've played quite a bit, but not a lot. But I would say, if you're gonna get into MOBAs, things like that, just remember that you have to work with your team. Okay, you have to work with what you have. Don't try and push people out of your lane because you want to or because you didn't get the lane that you wanted to pick. There's an option to select roles. You get 2 roles to select. You pick your roles. That's it. And you stick with that. If you didn't play jungle, play with a friend who jungles a lot. Have them pick jungle too, so that way you have double the chance of getting jungle. Swap them with whatever lane that you get. So that way it works out. But yeah, no, it's with a lot of games that's how, or at least a lot of MOBAs, that's how shit like that works. And honestly, you know, if you want to, like I said, if you want to get into this, definitely do. Leave down in the comments that you got into it because of us. Maybe we'll play a game with you guys one of these days. We'll run customs or some shit. I definitely plan on streaming this at some point. I'm sure Jalen probably plans on streaming this as well.
Yeah, I just gotta get to ranked and I'll probably start streaming.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But moving forward, you know, that was 30 minutes of just Smite.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fuck.
Wow.
Moving forward,
Playing a lot of Smite,
dude. Avatar is back.
Avatar is back.
And everybody lost their shit. And I'm just like, dog, like, Avatar was on Netflix back in like 2012. Nobody said shit about it.
No one cares.
Bruh.
Because we're locked in the house, I got shit else to do. Might as well watch some Avatar.
I can't look on Twitter without seeing a fucking Avatar meme about the fucking cabbages and shit.
People popping off on some Avatar.
Bro,
like Aang ain't been to shit since 2012, my guy. What do you
mean? Exactly, dude. Like, fuck, man. Aang, man. Let me just say something, okay? I just watched the fucking final fight between Aang and Firelord Ozai. Just so you know, spoilers, not really for a fucking 10-year-old show, but hey, you know, people are gonna get pissed anyways.
Yeah.
The thing is that, you know, that fight was banging, okay?
Banging.
For American animation, that shit was dope. And it introduced a lot of people into things like anime for a lot of the younger generation of people. Didn't introduce us to anime because our dad was grateful for having 3 kids that he can influence with his animes. But, you know, certain things about Avatar really, like, as I'm rewatching it, makes me think, like, this was a show about war and like full on war. Like, this is no bullshit. And you know, they're talking about, oh yeah, this person killed my parents and everything. And I'm just thinking, dog, this was on Nickelodeon when I was like
Nickelodeon, my guy.
I was like 8. The
SpongeBob came on after this show.
Yo, you go from this heavy shit to some light shit? Nah, you didn't want to watch nothing after this. Like, yo, oh man, it kind of gets it fucks me up on the inside a little bit thinking about how this show works and everything, because a lot of times the show really is just one big ass fetch quest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good show. A lot of the characters are good. A lot of the way that the characters talk to each other and everything is really interesting as well. I think that the way that the show is structured is really great. But I also think that when you get down to the nitty fucking gritty of it, the show is not as great as everybody wants it to be, because it's a lot of the same fucking situations that they end up getting into. It has the same formula every two. It's like on a 3-episode formula, and it's cool. It's great. I love the show. I'm not shitting on it. I'm not shitting on it. But into a deeper analysis, because I have to do this in my head, it's not as great as I remember it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good show and it holds up in certain regards. Like, you know, Aang is a great protagonist. You know, strong.
Nigga, I was talking about James Cameron's Avatar. What are you talking about?
Nigga. Wrong.
The big blueness?
Yeah, get out of here. Aang is a great protagonist. Strong, funny. Get out of here, shit.
Just beam on you.
Yeah. The Avatar.
The Avatar.
The Avatar Aang.
I'm Ong. Hello.
Hello, I'm Ong.
You want to go penguin sliding? Can't go penguin sliding. You can't do that. That's rude to penguins.
True.
What you were saying.
It's a great protagonist. Like, the group is funny. You got Toph, can't see shit, but always witty as fuck. You got Sokka, the pussy slayer. You got Sakura. That's not her name.
Korra, nigga. Not Korra. Katara.
Katara. Yeah, Katara. Little water bitch. Get some. Well, I was gonna say a spoiler, but I'm
Stay
not.
wet.
Stay wet. And then you got the one guy who shows up later that I'm not gonna say his name because some of y'all fucking spoiler because who've not seen the show are gonna get upset and I don't care. But
I mean, you got the main enemy Zuko, who's pretty dope, but at the same time, he's a fucking whiny little bitch. So annoying.
Yeah, my sister beat my ass. I'm that man. Shut up.
I got a big ass scar on my head because I keep on fucking with people.
I wasn't strong enough to beat my dad. Oh, fuck off.
My uncle's super cool, but you know I don't like having a cool uncle. I just want to earn my dad's respect.
Whiny little bitch.
Fucking dumb, dude. I will forever not like Prince Zuko as an antagonist because of that. Like, he could have been so much better, honestly. But
yeah, but he's just a little whiny bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at it like this, he really is the complete the fucking antithesis of Aang in a way in the beginning.
Serious, interesting. Like has a mission that he's trying to do. Just isn't about all the shit. You know, just wants to get shit done. Wants to prove something to somebody. Aang don't give a shit about nothing. I'm gonna let you know that he don't care about none of your shit. He just know he got to do some shit, and you know he might have to hurry that up because shit's getting close to wartime where he has to, you know, fight Ozai.
Yeah, the Fire Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And like, a lot of this is very just it's very extended. They accentuate a lot of the character arcs and everything like that. And the character progression is slow as shit. But it's a fun show, nonetheless, to watch. If you're wanting to binge something, I would say Avatar. If you don't like anime, but you want to get into something just a little less serious, Avatar. But, you know, in complete honesty, if you didn't watch it when you were a kid, you're watching it now, you'll probably like it more now, to be honest. When I was a kid, I tuned in and out, and then I watched it a little bit later on Netflix, binged the whole fucking thing. It was great. Now I'm re-binging it, and it's still great. It's a fun show to watch. Don't go into it all serious, like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking critically grade this, because, to be honest, it's like a fucking 8 out of, no, not even an 8, like a fucking 6 out of 10.
It's like a 7 out of 10 type. It's getting like a bunch of hype for no reason. You know, it's a great show. I'm gonna say it again. I don't hate the show. All I'm saying is, it is not this fucking good. Like, I don't know. People are going crazy over this shit for no reason. I guess I've seen it a while ago, and that's probably why.
It's just childhood nostalgia. Cause like, while watching it, I literally had a nostalgic moment where, you remember that fucking Avatar game? I think we had it on PS2. Was it PS2 or GameCube? PS2. Yeah, I immediately went back to when we used to fucking play that. We couldn't beat any of the shit.
Dog shit.
Because we were fucking dumb.
It was so bad.
But, I mean, to be honest, it's just nostalgia. It's really what it is. And, you know, I'm not upset that, you know, it's getting a lot of hype. I'm more upset that it's just people are like putting it in like some kind of holy grail of things, when Avatar is great, but, you know, religiously watching it saying, oh, this is like the best show ever, blah blah blah. No, it's not. It's not. And if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But just like I said in the last episode, your opinion's not correct. Shut up.
Shut up.
Just lay there and listen to what I'm saying. Because my opinion is correct. Your opinion is wrong. So deal with it. It's not that great of a show. And, I mean, I'm not trying to be controversial here or anything like that. I'm just being completely honest with how I feel. Where Avatar is definitely something where a lot of people look at it with a lot of nostalgia, and that's fair. I look at it with a lot of nostalgia too, but I also look at it with my eyes wide open, and I say, this show's not as good as people make it out to be. It's pretty great. It's a fun show. It's funny, but at the same time, it's the kind of show that you would put on to Netflix and chill. You know, I mean, to be honest, it's something that you put on in the background. You don't fucking pay attention to it. It's not very determining to capture anybody, but it's still a fun show to watch. And if you want to go through and rewatch it, I'm not deterring you not to rewatch it. I 100% say rewatch it, because to be honest, there's a lot of Avatar lore that could be expanded upon that they don't expand upon in the show. And you know, I honestly feel like if there's more talk about it, we may get a better Avatar, either prequel, reboot, something.
Oh no, you know, like why are we talking about the show? Like, why is it's a great show, and you could have found it pretty much like anywhere online for free. Like, it's not.
Why are we talking about Avatar when we could be talking about so many better shows like Baki, that's on Netflix, King and Asura, that's on Netflix, and Gantz Zero, that's on Netflix. There's so many good things that's on Netflix, but everybody lost their shit when Avatar came back. But, you know, to be honest, like I said, Avatar, fun show to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's definitely a show that you can either A, show your kids, or B, watch yourself, watch with the homies, watch with your significant other. Me and my fiance, we're watching it right now, but at the same time, it's something that you honestly, I don't really have much to go off of about it other than to say it's an okay show. It doesn't deserve the religious praise that it gets. It's not the fucking second coming of God. It's just Avatar, the Nickelodeon show that was just okay.
This is a children's show. Like, it's not profound in any sort of function or way. It's just about a kid. Yeah, it's got some sad moments. It's got some, like, tearjerker moments. Or not Ozai, but Iroh. Iroh's son died and did a whole poem thing. Yeah. Who cares, my guy? This is a kid's show. It's about as deep as a fucking kiddie pool, my guy. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of shit and drama that here. There's a love connection between whatever the fuck her name is, Katara and Aang, and it's blah. Who cares, man? A blind girl. Also, who gives a shit? Like,
I like Toph.
Toph is cool. She's probably the best character in the show, but like,
Toph talks that shit.
All I'm saying is, it's just a kid show. Like, there's nothing special about it.
Yeah.
Even slightly.
Yeah, I mean, there are those moments where, you know, you're just going to be like, yeah, talk your shit, King. Talk your shit. But at the same time, there's a lot of moments where it's just like, shut the fuck up. And it's very, there's a lot of, like, moments where it just takes you out of the seriousness, because they throw in cartoon sound effects because it's a kid's show. It's a cartoon. It's not something that's supposed to be very serious that you're supposed to take seriously, but it does have its serious moments, which are fucking honestly pretty great, you know. But at the same time, I would honestly say the show gets a fucking 6 out of 10 from me. It's not my favorite. I don't get where a lot of people are coming from recently. It may just really be nostalgia, and that's fair. I have a lot of nostalgic moments. I just bought a fucking Dreamcast.
Stuck in the house with nothing else to do. They binged everything else. They see Avatar: The Last Airbender. They saw an episode when they were a kid, and they were like, "Man, he slapped that man up. Let's watch it." And they watch it, and it's like, "Oh my god, it's kind of funny. Fight scenes are kind of cool," and it gets this like hyped up, like extra sort of viewpoint that doesn't actually correlate to how the show actually is. Like, it's not that fucking good. Like, the plot points are weak. It's like, I don't like
Katara.
No, not Katara. Her brother, Sokka. Is that his name? Sokka. I don't like that nigga. He's just, I don't know why. He's just annoying.
And another problem is that I'm watching the show and I forget all the characters' names because it's not very memorable. Just Avatar in general, you know, nostalgia, great, but at the same time, a lot of people's just fucking, it comes down to a lot of people just hyping it up because they want to feel something happy right now with everything that's going on. Nostalgia is something to bring people back up. I'm not trying to bring anybody down. That's not what I want to do here.
That's not what we're trying to do here. I'm not saying that, like...
I'm just saying...
If you like it, you're wrong. What I'm saying is just, like...
Oh, I'm saying if you like it, you're wrong.
Pull the fuck back, my guy. Like,
just...
You don't have to suck a...
Full send on it all the time.
For no reason.
I mean, it is what it is. And
Nobody's popping off like this when AIM was coming out every week. No. No one gave a shit.
Yeah, I didn't talk to my friends about watching Avatar after
better
school.
Shit to watch.
I fucking talked to my friends about watching Family Guy after school. But, you know, and honestly, and to be completely honest, Avatar, we can talk about it all day. But I want to talk about some Divinity 2 now. Yeah. Because Divinity 2 is exciting. And it's funny as fuck.
It's good. It's hard.
Yo.
Dialogue is funny.
There's so many accidental situations that happen, and like we're playing on like the harder mode. So the thing is that people tend to fuck up. Okay, it's either I get into a combat situation on accident, or Jalen gets into a combat situation on accident because this nigga's a thief.
It's so hard to steal from people because they just know. They just know for some reason. Like, who the f...
So I only steal edible things. You'll steal books and shit.
It's so dumb. I'm stealing like scrap metal and shit because I'm just gonna sell it for $2 or something. I wait like 10 minutes and go back to where I stole it, and the dude's like, "Hey, can I check your pockets?" For what, Nick? Why? I walked away.
I'm not suspicious, sir.
Yeah, like what? Fuck you mean?
No, it's a lot of fun. It's funny too, cause we got into a fucking Coliseum match on accident. Like, we all met up at the Coliseum. Because the thing about Divinity 2 that's really different from other games is that it's really D&D. And the thing is that you and your party have full exploration over the entire town, whatever. So you can get into a combat encounter on your own, by yourself, separately from everybody else. And completely get fucked like I did. Or you can group up and fight, which is a lot of fun too. It's honestly funny too to play with friends. I recommend playing with friends. 2-player local co-op as well as 4-player online. And you know, if you got a couple of friends, it's drop-in co-op. So you can, if you're playing a game right now, right, and you have a full party, but let's say one of your friends can't make it, but one of your friends wants to play. There are outside NPC or playable characters that you can add into the group. It works like that, and they're pre-generated, of course, but there's a character for everybody, which is what I really like about it, is that there's a character for everybody. And it's really cool, and there's a lot of things that are really great about the game, like the factor that you can play as an undead character, but as an undead character, you have to keep your face hidden. You can't let anybody see anything about you. You have to keep your body hidden because you're undead. You're known as the Eternal. There's a lot of great lore. If you play an elf, which is what I like to play, people call you a cannibal. People look down on you. People don't like you because you eat dead bodies to get closer with the people that pass. They're great at being a detective, but at the same time, because you're an elf, humans don't look at you the same. If you're a human, you're looked down upon by the elves because you have a racial bias against them, or at least most humans do. It's a really fun, cool, and interesting way to play a game, and it gets even more deeper as the combat expands and how each character works. The turn progression is great. Even as a turn-based game online, it's really not that boring, you know, and I think that a lot of things that you can do early game is really just, you know, great for an RPG. It's one of the better RPGs that I've played. And I've been really wanting to get back into RPGs because I'm planning on getting Persona 5 Royal, but I gotta wait for that price to dip down a little bit.
I'm getting back into Final Fantasy
15?
No, yeah, is that the online one?
No, it's 14.
14? Yes. Final Fantasy 14. I'm about to get back on that. I just took a break because I literally spent every day for like 2 months playing it.
Fair.
And so,
fair.
Like from waking up till like not sleeping at night.
Yeah, fair. I remember that shit. Yeah, no, and it's honestly a lot of fun, and I think if you want to get if you and your homies
like RPG games,
if you like D&D,
if you like tactical games,
yeah, tactical
turn-based games. You're not running into the game and just popping off abilities and shit like that. No. Your abilities are on a turn-based cooldown system. Every person has a turn order, and so you have action points to spend each turn. So you're not going into it and playing Diablo.
Yeah.
You're going into it and playing a video game version of D&D where everyone has a turn, everybody has their own moveset, everybody can talk to NPCs. Excuse me. And literally anybody can start a fight with anybody. You can kill anybody in the game. And that can fuck you real easily. Real easy. I played a murder hobo one time where I just walked around and killed everybody. I was like level 10 or 11 before I even left the starting area just because I killed everyone. Something like that. I don't know. It was a long time ago when I played this murder hobo. Because I just wanted to see how high level I could get before doing any story.
Yeah.
And it's pretty high level. But you do lose a lot of like side quests and shit like that when you do that. So.
And that's one of my things that I like is that there are a lot of good side quests in this game that keep you interested, that you want to learn more about. And that's really awesome, and for me, like I said, I'm the kind of guy that likes to get a little bit more lore expansion in my RPGs and things like that, and I want to learn them in separate ways to where I don't want to pick up a book and read it, okay? I want somebody to tell me, I want somebody to tell me different parts of the story and things like that. I want to be told, this is what happened. I don't want to read somebody's fucking memoirs because A, reading is boring and for dumbasses, and B,
reading's for nerds.
Reading's for nerds. And B, if I'm gonna fucking play an RPG, if I'm gonna get deeper into something like that where it's a little bit more cinematic and a little bit more in depth, I'm definitely gonna take my time. And I'm going to learn as much about this world as possible, but I would also like to hear the different stories from different people, from the people, my grandparents told me this is what happened when I was in the war. That's what makes me invigorated to learn more about the world.
It's good storytelling. It doesn't hide all the lore in fucking books. You gotta find all over fucking Skyrim and shit. You play the game and you learn the world through the eyes of the people in the world. It's pretty good. It's good storytelling.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about Divinity that you'll really get into. Now, granted, we haven't really made it past the first town yet, but to be honest, with the way that our schedules have been working out with playing Divinity, not everybody can get on at the same time, things like that. We have multiple saves for different people who we want to play with, blah, 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 blah. I plan on maybe playing a little bit of Divinity later today with my brothers, but we'll see. With Jalen and Bug, but we'll see. And, to be honest, I definitely want to get deeper into the Divinity lore, and maybe I'll even stream Divinity a little bit too. It's a lot of fun. It is a cool game, and a lot of people are actually getting into Divinity as I'm fucking saying this.
And on PC, I know there's a Dungeon Master mode.
Yeah, PC, there's a Dungeon Master mode.
And that allows you to actually play D&D through the world of Divinity. You can create your own stories. I believe you can create your own. Well, not NPC models. You probably have to pick from a model list and you drop them in. But you can create your own text lines and side quests. And as the DM, you can put things inside of people's pockets and run the story as a DM would, but it allows you to keep track of everything in a much more seamless manner. Excuse me, and it allows you to play it a lot faster than you would D&D.
Yeah, and honestly, Divinity 2 Original Sin is what a lot of people are saying is their favorite RPG right now, and there's nothing really like it out right now, which is awesome. I would just say, like I said before, and like Jalen said, it is a turn-based game. It's very old school RPG.
Very tactical.
Go into it with a grain of salt. Understand what you're getting into. Don't just go out, buy this game because you saw it on Amazon for sale. Because to be completely honest, if you see it on Amazon for sale, you're just gonna fuck yourself. I would say honestly, Divinity 2: Original Sin, one of the, if not the best RPGs to come out in recent years. Yeah. Just off of, and this is me just saying this because literally I'm in the first stages of the game and it's still good. I haven't even spent like at least 5 hours into the game and I still find it really interesting in a lot of different ways. I'm finding new things about my character that I didn't realize that were a part of him. And the thing is that you can do a lot of funny shit. Like my character has a polymorph ability. I turn niggas into chickens. Religiously, I don't care. It's a lot of fun, and it's great to do that. It's great to have that kind of thing in a game like this where you don't have to be as serious as the tone seems to be. But just want to move forward to our final topic of the day, and then we'll close out. Manga and anime, specifically Records of Ragnarok. Right now,
yeah, we've talked about it countless times. Probably, it's good.
It's good. Really good.
It's shaping up to be like. Look, I'll say one thing about it. Its overarching like storyline. I don't understand it. It's not hard to grasp. I get what's going on. There's a tournament because gods wanted to wipe out humanity. They're doing the tournament. I get it, but it just seems so hollow. It's just like. The main story doesn't matter because it's just fighting. It's just niggas fighting.
It's a tournament manga.
So it makes sense that there's no like huge deep story. There's a lot of character progression really quickly.
Yeah.
So like you're not gonna get the same sort of thing as you got in other things with tournament arcs. You're not gonna get Buck. What is his name? Yusuke Urameshi type
the
levels.
Fucking dark tournament and shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that kind of tournament. This is you're gonna get quick glimpses of God's backstories and God's lives and what they did, and you're gonna get quick glimpses of famous humans' lives and what they did, and then you're gonna see them beat the shit out of each other. It's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, a lot of characters in the show, not in the show, in the book, are all you've got gods from different religions fighting humans, famous humans of mankind's history. So, we'll start off with this, which is the first fight. Thor versus Lubu. Okay, Lubu is a Chinese, Chinese general who was known for literally being just about unkillable, to a certain degree. He was just fucking a monster. If you've ever played Dynasty Warriors and things like that, he's in those games. You know Lubu. You know he fucks shit up. I don't need to go any deeper. Okay, he gets a fucking a spear, and then he just fucking cleans through people, no problem. And
Master of riding while fighting.
Yeah, he rides on his horse while fighting. You have Thor, who's Mjolnir in this book. Thor in this book just look amazing, and
the art in this book is great. The stylization of some of these gods is phenomenal. I love it, but some people aren't gonna like it because it's a controversial subject as a god.
Yeah.
So you have to take that in mind that yes, this is a stylization.
Yeah.
This isn't. He's not writing a fucking religious text about any of these fucking people. This is a alternate reality where all the gods know martial arts, no matter who it is.
Yeah, and to be honest, with a lot of these fights, you see some pretty fucking drag out fights. I mean, every fight comes down to the corner of the stone. I mean, literally, we're talking Poseidon versus the greatest loser in history. Can't remember his name right now. I'm looking it up right now as we speak, so don't fucking shit on me yet. But the motherfucker, literally, Poseidon is just like, because in lore says that Poseidon hated humans because he was Zeus's favorite creation, blah 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 blah. It is perfectly depicted in this book how much Poseidon looks down on humans.
Hates humans.
And to put him up against the world's greatest loser, and for the world's greatest loser to turn this motherfucker into sashimi, like, it was ridiculous. He just chopped him up. He just chopped him up like he was nothing. Like he was just absolute fucking...
well, it wasn't that easy.
Oh,
My guy got slapped around.
Oh, true. When Poseidon got his hand chopped off and he caught the fucking spear in the other hand, and then he just kept on... Poseidon was just like, no.
This ain't happening.
Nope, this ain't happening. We're fucking finishing this today. And then he was just like, no, we're not. You're not winning this, fucking pussy. And then Poseidon was... That's what Poseidon said. And then Poseidon fucking caught the fucking spear, the trident head in his mouth with his hand still grasping the trident head. And Poseidon was like, yeah, no, I'm going to fucking try and stab you now. I'm going to try and kill you. And dude was like, no, dude, fuck you, bro. I'm not doing that, you fucking piece of shit, you motherfucking dickhead loser. Sasaki Kojiro. That's the name of the guy. Sasaki is literally like an old ass dude, but he's so fucking happy, and he's just like, dude, I'm just here to learn, man. That's all I'm doing. And he literally chops up Poseidon as Poseidon's like striking on him. He's just like, no, you're not winning at this point. The fight versus Hercules and Jack the Ripper. Mm-hmm. My fucking god, dude. God,
that was rough.
I can't get into that one because that one's one of the most recent ones. But right now, me and Jalen are having a debate, and I want you guys to weigh in on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you've read Records Ragnarok, if you haven't, go read it, and then get to where we're talking about. His name is Raiden. It's Raiden versus Shiva right now. I'm saying Raiden's gonna lose.
I'm saying Raiden's gonna win just because. Listen, Raiden is old school sumo mixed with, well, what everybody knows is pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's a sumo wrestler, but he's old school sumo, which I'm reading Baki right now, which old school sumo is literally just knock down, drag out, just death. Strong, like you're trying to kill the other person. And I think that Jalen thinks that Raiden showed him everything.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, I thought you said that, or showed him too much.
No, I didn't say, no, I said they showed Raiden too much. As in the comic led with him too much.
Oh. No, I think that Raiden's gonna win. I think Raiden's definitely gonna fucking shit on Shiva, and it's gonna come out of nowhere.
I feel like Shiva's too strong. Actual god of destruction. Shiva doesn't. What I'm thinking is he's doing a total flip, a total reversal of the Poseidon fight. Right? Shiva's very humble in how he speaks.
He's not.
Yes, he is. Very humble to how he speaks to Raiden. He says, "I'm gonna win." But he's not degrading him.
True.
He says, "I know you're good, but like gonna beat them cakes," and it just is what it is. And the guy he's up against never lost a fight. He's the greatest winner in history. So I'm saying it's stacking up to be a total reversal of the Poseidon fight.
I honestly think that Raiden's gonna win this. I think that Raiden is really just putting on an act, waiting for Shiva to really get angry. Because the thing is that as you read the book, you see Shiva getting angry every time he fucking sees humans. Every time he sees the humans win. Every time he wants to get into a fight, Shiva's like, "No, I want to fucking fight. I want to beat their asses. I just want to end this. Done. Boom, my nigga." Like, nah.
He just wants to fight niggas. Like, that's it. Like,
really
he has a lot of fun fighting people. He says while he's fighting Raiden, he's like, "This is the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of the world. This tournament is the shit."
Yeah. And honestly, it's one of our favorite manga right now. I'm going to keep on saying this until the end. Leave a comment below. Who do you think is going to win this fight? I honestly think that Raiden's going to win just because I know how this shit's going to play out in my head. I've seen it all. I've played all the situations. there's a fucking 40% chance that Shiva will win, and there's a fucking 60% chance that Raiden will win.
All I'm saying is humans just won. They tied it up.
This is a tiebreaker round, man.
They're not gonna push ahead on the God of Destruction.
I think that they are.
And I swear to God, if Buddha come out with some shit and slap niggas, I'm gonna be so hyped. Buddha's character design is so good. I love it.
Yeah, dude.
Some people hate it because it's not a fucking fat Buddha. Who gives a shit?
That's not who Buddha is, but okay.
Yeah, Buddha is a ever evolving person. It is just, yeah.
Oh my god. No, I'm just excited to see how this fucking fight ends up. And honestly, if you guys, like I said, leave an opinion below. You know, let us know if you read the book. Let us know if you're reading the book. Let us know anything, and also give us your opinion on MOBA as in general.
Mm-hmm. And if you play Smite religiously, if you play Leagues religiously, let us know what things you love about the game and things you hate about the game. Like, you know, just keep us in the loop. You know, let us know how you like MOBAs. You know, how they affect you. We love playing them. You know, you may hate playing them. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, honestly, it would be really nice. And like I said below, leave a comment below. Keep it cordial, you know. But also, don't comment about Avatar because we don't give a fuck about Avatar right now.
Honestly, if you say anything about how we're made and we don't know anything about the Avatar, I don't fucking care.
Okay. Let's just keep it straight like that, okay? Alright, I just wanted to get my fucking feelings about how Avatar has completely invaded my full Twitter feed. Okay, normally my Twitter is filled with random shit, but now it's just filled with Avatar memes and bullshit, and I don't care for it. But at the same time, I understand where a lot of people's nostalgia is coming from. But yeah, I mean, do follow us on Twitch. I'm at the Almighty Jace.
I'm at Corner Goblins.
And you know, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day, and thank you for listening in.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope you guys have a good one.
See you next time.